Perfect.
Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. So I am finally back with another video. So I am sharing the things that I'm using: nail houses, 3XL, tapered square tips, young nail speed clear, this cover pink from Acrylics, which that brand isn't around anymore, and these 3 glitter acrylics from Not Polished. The teal one is Drip Drip, the purple is Perry Twinkle, and the pink is Nightcap. And I'll be also using this little like film type stuff, and some polishes. These are all jelly polishes, and none of these exist anymore. The brands are, this brand, Nail Cakery, still exists, but she's not selling these 2 particular polishes anymore. So I did leave alternatives in the description box. And also these gel polishes. The purple is called Polish Me Pretty, the pink is Electric Pink, and the teal looking one is called Birthday Boy. And I will be using those polishes. And also my brush is a size 12 from A Galore. And then my monomer is, what was my monomer? The Pro monomer from Nail House. So yeah, like I said, I will be leaving alternatives to what I can down in the description box, so don't forget to check that out for the links and stuff. So yeah, I've been sitting on this video for a few weeks now. It's been about 2 weeks. I just did not feel like editing. That's my least favorite part about making these videos. I don't mind the recording and all that, but it just comes down to editing, and woo chile, it just but I gotta get together and be better. So so yes, as you can see, I am doing what is called the lipstick shape for these nails, and it's just gluing on the nail tip and then cutting the very tip of it at an angle, and it kind of like resembles a lipstick, hence the name. So that's what I did. And then I also just shaped it up, just filed it to sharpen out the edge just a little bit, not too much. And yeah, that was it for this shape. And then of course I'll refine it and do all the extra stuff when it comes time to file my nails. So for this nail, it's going to be a full nail of the cover pink, and then for the thumb, index, and pinky, I'm going to be doing an acrylic French tip. And y'all, me and acrylic French tips are not the best of friends. We cool with everything, but I still got some work to do for me and acrylic French tips to be best friends. So they still come out looking pretty decent, but I know that they can look better. So I just have to do them more often, and you'll kind of see what I mean when I get there. So yeah. Which, like, girl, while I was doing this nail, I felt like I was struggling. It's because I'm not doing nails as much as I used to, like, last year. It's like I would do my nails, then throughout the week I will work on my practice hand. It's like I was doing nails all the time, but now I'm really just doing nails on myself and then wearing them for like 2-3 weeks and then changing, and I'm not doing anything in between. So I feel like every time I do that and then I come back to do nails, like the first few nails, they look like I don't know what I'm doing. So, and that cracks me up every time, because I'll be sitting here for like what feels like forever doing this one nail, trying to get it right. And that's what I did. And I even took a break off camera to add more acrylic to that nail. So it's just funny to me, but I need to, I know what I'm doing. It just kind of looked like I don't know what I'm doing. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, y'all. But Yeah, onto these French tip nails, and you'll kind of see what I was talking about when I was saying me and acrylic French tips aren't the best of friends just yet. We are acquaintances and stuff, so yeah, because when I do them, I feel like I could get the shape of it right. It's just getting it to look even and getting the side walls down, because I feel like the side walls, they're not necessarily even. Sometimes one will come in more, the other side might go down further. So just like on this one, on that side, I had to add a little more to make it look more even to the other side. And again, I don't do acrylic French tips very often, so and I know that's why I don't have them down the way that I would want them to be. So, and that's okay, y'all. That's okay. But acrylic French tips, they're so fun to do because it's the encapsulation part that I like, because I get to put things in the nail and make it look pretty and all that. So yeah, it's just sometimes I just don't always feel like doing them, so that's why I don't do them. But then there are times I'm like, ooh, I want a glitter French tip, and the glitter I want to use is an acrylic. Or like I want to put things, I want a French tip, but I want to put things in it. So, and then yeah. But that's how we ended up with this. And I don't know, well, the title of the video gives it away. The theme of these nails was like mermaid under the sea type of thing. So that's why I chose the colors that I did. So, and y'all, sorry for being out of frame for this part. I thought I cut it out, but it's yeah, okay, y'all. I feel like I'm blabbering and rambling. So watch this part and then I'll be back soon. Okay, so this just popped into my head. What is something that you struggle with when doing nails? Like I said, acrylic French tips is something that I struggle with, and sometimes my application as well, just depending on when I like do, am I taking long breaks in between, or I don't know, it's just sometimes with I struggle with my application, but sometimes it be looking bomb diggity, y'all, bomb diggity. So as you can see, after the acrylic has hardened, I am taking a file. This is a 100 grit file, and I am refining the shape of the smile line for this French tip. And be careful when you do this, because if you file too much, you can file into the nail tip, because I have done that before. So just be careful when doing that, and make sure to hold the file straight up against the smile line, so you're not like altering the shape of it, giving it roundness or anything. And then just do it till you get it the way that you want it to be. So after that, I just clean up the nail, and now I'm coming in with some blooming gel, and I'm going to be using those jelly polishes that I showed earlier, the pink, purple, and the teal aqua color, and I'm going to be doing like a blooming gel marble. So I'm just taking a liner brush, dipping it into the polish, and making some swirls on the nail, and without curing anything, I'm just adding all of the colors, and again doing this while the blooming gel is still wet, so it'll the colors will move around and sort of mesh together. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for this nail and the pinky as well. And I low-key wish I didn't add as much purple, because I feel like it kind of made it look darker than I wanted to. Or maybe that's also because I encapsulated, because looking at this looks fine, but then after I encapsulated and stuff, it kind of looked a little darker than what I was seeing in my head. But also I did add a little more purple than I intended to. And then of course when I was done, I cured the polish for 60 seconds in my light before moving on to the next nail, because if I didn't cure, it would have kept moving around. So yeah, that is that, and see you on the next nail. So now I am going to be doing a glitter. Oh wait, not yet. Okay, so I decided to add some glitter to these nails, and I'm using the teal color drip and just adding a little bit, just like a line across, something simple, something cute to give it a little extra razzle dazzle, because I felt like the nail was looking just a little bit too plain. So, and I wasn't even sure how this was gonna look, so I think I tested it out on my thumb before, but I liked how it looked, so I went along with it on my other fingers. And then I'm going to be doing a glitter ombre on my ring finger, starting going from the teal color, the purple, then the pink, all the way at the top. And oh my god, it's so pretty. I love this color combination. It's so beautiful. I just love it. It's everything. It's one of my favorite color combos, because I did this color combo last year on a set of nails that I did with a zebra print, and that's still one of my favorite looks that I have done. I still think about that set, and I look at it. I look at it sometimes, and I noticed that the video I did for that, and I put on TikTok, girl, it's still getting views and likes and favorites and stuff. So yay for that. So yes, okay. So while doing the ombre, of course, you always want to make sure where the color stops, you want to fan it out so it's not like a harsh line, or it'll be like a hump, so when you put the next color on top, it glides over smoothly. And these colors ombre together just fine, even though they are a chunky glitter. I never have any problems doing these in an ombre when I use these glitters. I love the OMG glitters from Not Polished. They're so pretty. I have a few other colors, and yeah, I adore them. I really do. They're some of my favorite products. So yeah, and after I do the ombre, I believe I'm going to, what did I do next? Oh, that little iridescent sheet, I cut up a few pieces, and then I added them to the nail. I mostly did that because I wanted to see what it would look like. And then after I put it on, I'm like, you know what? No, I did that on another nail, so never mind. I take that back. yeah, I did that, and it looked pretty too. It looked really pretty, even though you, in the end, you kind of can't even see it because I put some stuff on top of the nail. But yeah. And actually, this is my first time ever doing this, and this style with using this little iridescent sheet and putting them on the nail has been around for some years. And this is my first time actually doing it. That's crazy. And I've been having this little cheap thing for a couple of years. I don't even remember where I bought it from. So yes, now it is time for encapsulation. And again, I'm using Speed Clear from Young Nails, which is my personal favorite clear acrylic. I even have like their super big jar. I think it's like a 660 gram jar, and I use that, and then I just refill this one. So yay for that. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys watch this, and then I will be moving on to the rest of the design. I left out filing for this because that was just gonna make this super long anyway. And yeah, I have filing in other videos, and I still plan on putting out a how I shape and file my nails video. I just have to finish editing that. Again, editing is not necessarily my favorite thing to do, but it has to get done. I just have to do it. So yeah, I'll be back in a little bit for the next step. And I'm back, y'all. So I glued on a pearl on this nail, and I'm about to do a 3D flower, and I'm using Milky White from Not Polished and this 3D acrylic brush, which is my favorite brush for doing flowers and stuff. So I probably could have did this flower in a different color, but I don't know, I just chose the Milky White because I feel like it wouldn't stand out as much. Now, if I did the inside colors a different color, I probably would have liked the flower more. But after I did it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this flower. And I almost took it off, y'all. But I was like, nope, just leave it. Because I wasn't doing it again. Because it took me a little while to do this because I couldn't get the petals right anyway. But I ended up getting them and it looked good. The flower did come out good. And this is like the third time in a row on a set of nails that I am doing this flower. I love it. I've been loving it. And I see it a lot too, like on Instagram and YouTube. But most people have been doing it with gel. Me and that gel, we not the best of friends either. We are acquaintances. Like I tried it once or twice and I was like, no ma'am. So but I still want to try it. I just have to do it. And I'm just so used to using acrylic and stuff, so yeah, that's what I've been sticking to. But I do like the gel flowers and I want to give it another try. And I will. Especially because I bought that jar. And it's just sitting in my drawer. Doing nothing. So yeah, but anyways, after I got all the petals down, I took like a teal color. In fact, I think that color was called teal. And then I use it as an inside color for the flower. Now I know when you do these flowers, you can pick up multiple beads, but for some reason that does not work for me. I've tried it a few times, and the one time I did get it successful was many years ago. And I don't know, it just don't work for me now. So I just been doing it this way, where I take the color, pick up a little bead, and place it in the middle and just kind of like feather it out. And I kind of like that way too, better than picking up multiple beads. And then on top of the teal color, I came in with a like a light purple color. And again, the end result of the flower I wasn't too happy with. Maybe it was the pearl in the middle, maybe it was the colors I chose, but I just didn't want to do pink. And that's why I ended up with the two colors that I did. And here I go being out of frame, y'all. I don't know why I didn't cut this part out. I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. Yeah, I do think pink would have looked nice on this flower because I did it before on my last set of nails, and I loved that flower. So yeah, so I'm gonna let you finish watching this part, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to be doing the seashell design, and I'm doing it in a French tip, so that's what I'm going to do. And my base color is going to be, this color is called Birthday Boy from Madame Glam, and I love this color. It's so pretty. I remember when I did this color last year, like, and I posted the video on my TikTok, and even I think on Instagram or something. I kept getting because in my voiceover I was saying this greenish color, and I know people kept telling it looks more blue and not green. I was like, well, in person it looks a little more green than blue, and even as I'm looking at it now, it does look like on the nail it's leaning more towards blue, but on the palette you can see the green in there. So it's like, teal is like a mixture of green and blue anyway. It's just that sometimes it can, I don't know, y'all. I'm rambling. But anyways, oh Lord. So yes, I just drew on my French tip, and now I am going to fill in the rest of the nail. And without curing, I am going to take the pink and purple and make little swooshes, kind of like in a rounded shape, going down the full French tip, and then I cure it for what was like 60 seconds in my light. And I did not do a second coat of this color here. I just went straight in with the other two colors. So yeah, and then I cured that, I said for 60 seconds. Then I came in with some holographic glitter liner polish thing, and I outlined the smile line. Then I added some bling, and then I top coated. Yeah, that's the order, that's what I did, because with this design I'm doing the 3D on top, and I needed the nail to be top coated before I did that. So yes, when doing this part, just kind of like switch the lines together, kind of blend them, but not too much, kind of how it would look on a seashell. So, and because you're adding a lot of polish and it's all wet, make sure if you need to clean up the sides of the nail, because the polish can start to move and drip to the sides, and you don't want your sides to look super bulky. So yeah, even just like this looks super pretty. I did love this nail on this design. Okay, so now I'm about to do the 3D part, and this is one of the ways that it could have been done. I was trying it because I've seen this before, and I wanted to try it for myself. So just put a glob of the gel on the nail, and then take your brush and drag it through, and pull it towards the smile line of the French tip. I didn't like how it looked, so as you saw, I erased it, and now I just put a glob of it on the tip of the brush, and I was doing the same thing, and it came out okay, but again, I don't think I liked it very much, so again, I erased it, and then I just squeezed some out on my palette and picked up a big blob of it on my brush, and I'm letting it kind of pull towards the tip, and then I placed it on the nail, and as you saw, I dragged it down, and oh wow. Again, that did not work for me, but I did the same method, and I am I believe this is the one that I ended up liking and sticking with, and I flash cured each line for a few seconds just so it wouldn't move, and I repeated that process. um Yeah, I did 3 lines on each side of the middle line, coming in at a slight angle. The further up the nail I went with the lines to give it that seashell look. And then when I was done, I gave a full 60-second cure in my big light. So yeah, that's pretty much how you do this nail design. Okay, so now I'm adding some charms and stuff to this my ring fingernail, and I'm adding on a starfish and a seashell, and I did have a 3D mold for some seashells and starfish. For some reason, my acrylic stuck in there, and I couldn't take it out, and then the mold tore, which made me so sad because I've had this mold. I didn't show it, but I've had this mold for a super duper long time, and I tried it with gel polish before, and the gel polish got stuck on one of the starfish, and I was like, ugh, that made me so mad. Um, yeah, but as you can see, I was able to make a couple of pieces with the mold before it started acting like a brat and decided to not work anymore. So here I was trying out some of the pieces that I made to see which ones I like, and I ended up using the purple seashell on the top of the nail, and then I was trying to put the pink one or even the teal one or a starfish down on the bottom of the nail, and I didn't like how it looked, so I just ended up using a gold starfish and a gold seashell on the bottom of the nail. And I don't know, I think it was something about this pink that I didn't like. I think maybe it was too bright. I don't know. But like on camera, it looks fine. But in person, I just wasn't feeling it. And that's why I went with the purple. And I think I didn't want to do pink on pink. And actually looking at the footage, I think the teal one looked nice as well on top of the pink. So, and then I just added a few pearls kind of to represent some bubbles or something, or pearls, mermaids. They kind of go together, underwater theme, so they kind of go together. Yeah, and then here I am doing the bottom of the nail. This nail came out super cute too. I really liked it. And yes, even though I didn't too much like the flower, I still liked how everything else came out. And yeah, it was still cute. And I'm glad I didn't stick with that hot pink ass seashell on the bottom of my nail. I'm glad I took it off because the gold worked pretty good. I did have another purple one. But I don't think I liked how that looked either. But I'm glad I stuck with the gold instead. So, yeah. And this is one thing I like about using a gel to glue on my stuff, is because I have time to move it around before it dries. I can take stuff on and off and all that stuff without it drying up on me, and it won't, cure up until I stay in the light. So now on to the index finger and also the pinky finger, because these will be the same. I am using these bubble stickers. So I put 2 of them on there, and I think I kind of played around a little bit with the acrylic seashells and starfish, but I didn't like those either. I played around with a lot of the stuff that I have on my table. I had some, and y'all, just nothing was working. Just nothing was working, but I settled on something, and then I liked how it looked. So yeah, after that starfish, I was like, yeah, those are not gonna work for me. And then I remembered I had some other seashells and starfish that were a little more sparkly, and I picked those out and ended up using that instead, the starfish on there. And then I just added some gold seashells and then more pearls on the nail as well. And I ended up taking that bubble sticker on the bottom of the nail off and only using the one at the top, because I was like, this doesn't kind of work. And then after I got all the charms and stuff cured in place, I was like, that bubble sticker would have worked. It would have been okay, because I could have covered it up a little bit like I did the one at the top. So, but I didn't, everything was cured in place and I didn't want to put it back on, so I didn't. And that was how that nail went. And as you can see, I did outline the small line, and I mostly did that to kind of cover up the unevenness of it on the French tip. And I also added a little bling at the at the cuticle area. I added a few crystals in that part, and once I was happy with how it looked, I cured it in place in my light for 60 seconds. So apparently I had to go off camera because I guess I was taking too long to decide what I wanted, and when I finally decided, this is the final design. So yeah, you'll see how it turned out on this nail. Alrighty, y'all, so now it is time to top coat. And yes, I'm top coating the gold pieces, the pearls, just not top coating the giant sparkly starfish or the crystals on my nails. And I believe I did top coat underneath as well, because this nail is a little bit see-through. When I do nails like that, I like to top coat underneath the nail as well. So yeah, since I'm top coating, that means this is the end of the video. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video as well. And follow me on my socials, as Instagram and TikTok, The Nail Glow Up. I will leave those linked down below so you can get to those more easily. And yeah, once again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And until next time, peace out, y'all.